This program is aimed at the foundation skills of students from a variety of contexts. The program essentially deconstructs a computer retail business into its core elements, then builds learning around a variety of quiz questions and performances typical to a working day in an administrative position. We'll have a look at the program and you'll see that there's a menu on the left-hand side. To turn the menu off, just click the menu item up the top of the page. You'll see the employee registration page. Students would fill in their names here. We're going to use these fields to personalise this quiz. Key personality traits like strengths and weaknesses, hobbies, etc. could be valuable captured information to try and build the context. As you can see now, the dialogue in the quiz is now addressing the student by their first name. For students, there's a number of tasks. They'll be required to download a position description outlining their duties and responsibilities. Students will download a number of forms related to employment. There's also a number of policy and procedure documents that the students will have to refer to. Students will be required to follow a tutorial to produce a simple electronic document. In this case, it's an Excel document. The program takes advantage of online quiz questions and other forms of interactive activity such as drag and drop. The program ties in activities with the simulated work environment. In this example here, students complete a question related to required maths in the workplace. Students are directed to a page with a business card. The student's name is on the card. When clicked on, the card will download a document for the student. When the student opens this file, they'll see a job description, and at the top they'll see their name. Information about job responsibility is used to build a simulated environment for the student. An overview of the activities for the student are outlined in a task list. A lot of questions also contain links to YouTube and other websites for true blended learning. The program also uses animated sequences to help bring context in for the student. James started with a clear goal, a computer store that sells only quality items. He started with $5,000 that he'd saved, and he rented a small store. It wasn't the best, but James knew this was only the start of his progression towards a goal. When the real tasks start for the student, they'll be referring to a comic form story relating to the Ashburton Park workplace. And you'll notice here that the student's name is being used in the storyline. Students view the story and then answer a number of multiple choice questions related to the scenarios. At times the story will contain information. In this particular case, we can see that there's information about the server room and computer networking in general. Students will need to refer to the Ashburton Park intranet to complete some of the tasks that were required for this program. Trainer videos recorded to assist the student when there's no scheduled class meeting.
Changes everything. And what you've got to do is you've got to develop a character that can endure this. It's amazing sometimes. You can look.
As an example of some of the scenario questions, you'll see here that a staff member has requested a routine hazard inspection of the building. The student would then be required to go to the company intranet, download the hazard report form and complete it. The students are required to log on to the online office account. When completing required software tutorials, there'll be an online tutorial and the students will have step-by-step instruction on the procedure. At the completion, students will wrap up their day by dragging their required assessments into the briefcase, more like a check-off for the student to acknowledge that they've done the required work. And finally, the quiz contained a number of graded questions. On the last page, the student will see the result of their quiz and any certificates, etc.